que si c'était pas la France, pour vous dire, vous seriez 10 000 fois plus dans la mer. Il n'y a pas un endroit de l'océan Indien où on aide autant les gens. C'est la réalité. Et donc, on ne peut pas vouloir être un département français et dire que ça marche pas dès que la France est en solidarité.
President Macron at it again, disrespecting African people as a whole. Anyway, there was this French island named Mayotte in the Indian Ocean that was hit by a hurricane in December, and President Macron went to watch this disaster. I mean, it was damaged, it was destroyed badly, and a few people lost their lives. And he was doing a walkthrough, and then he was asked pose some questions. And listen to his response. It is in French, but the subtitle is in English. So if you have to read it, just pause it, and then you can read it and continue until it return. And then we're going to dissect it and then discuss what actually he's saying and what he actually meant in this response. Take a listen. Boom.
Alors pourquoi vous me faites dire ça? Donc moi je vous dis, tout le monde se bat. Vous avez vécu quelque chose de terrible. Tout le monde se bat, quelle que soit la couleur de peau. Et n'opposez pas les gens. N'opposez pas les gens. Si vous opposez les gens, on est foutus. Parce que vous êtes contents d'être en France. Parce que si c'était pas la France, pour vous dire, vous seriez 10 000 fois plus dans la mer. Il n'y a pas un endroit de l'océan Indien où on aide autant les gens. C'est la réalité. Et donc, on ne peut pas vouloir être un département français et dire que ça marche pas dès que la France est en solidarité. Quel est l'autre territoire de cette région comme ailleurs qui livre de l'eau, du fret, des soignants comme on le fait ici? Alors il faut que tout le monde se respecte. Mais bon sang, on tiendra jusqu'au bout si on est une équipe. Et donc vous avez un choix simple. Vous êtes une équipe ou vous divisez.
So there you have it. President Macron, first off, is saying these people would be worse off, 10,000 times worse off, if it wasn't for France. And if you're not with us, you're against us. But you see, these world leaders have been spreading this rumor since 1894, which was at the Berlin Accord when they divided Africa between the superpowers. And they are spreading this narrative that Africa is this poor, desolate continent. These people don't know that they are uneducated, they are disease-ridden, and they are poor. This is a narrative that have been painted on African continent for decades, for centuries actually. Let's say centuries, because even to the day when they use videos to show what Africa, they're always using always the same set of kids with this big head, big belly, fly hair, and they are malnourished. This is what the picture they put to the world how Africa is when it's quite opposite. Anyway, I digress. I said that to say this. Every single one of these superpowers, from the French to the Americans to the Germans, the English, Holland, the Dutch, all of them, Italy, all of their economies are built on the back of Africa, literally, because they stole all let's go through it, our minerals, talk about minerals, our aluminum or iron ore, 'cause we have the richest iron ore. Uganda, to be specific, has the richest iron ore globally. Then you have bauxite for aluminum, you have cobalt, you have I forget the substance that they use to make the spacecraft, and the substance that they use for all phones, laptops, television. Not to mention diamonds, gold, uranium, which Africa can have the richest uranium anywhere, bar none. We have the richest uranium, and so forth and so on. So they steal all the resources, build their countries, have booming economies, and then design by the Berlin Accord to make sure they keep these African countries underdeveloped and poor because they want to be dependent on these countries so they can tell them, okay, here is a 50 million in aid. Use it wisely. While they are stealing, listen to me, trillions after that, not billions. And this is I'm not saying trillion because I want to say trillions. This is documented of trillions of dollars being taken out of Africa from each one of these individual countries to build their economy, literally build their countries from the ground up. And now you're going to tell us we should be happy and thankful because if it wasn't for France, you wouldn't have a country. The disrespect is unbelievable, and actually swearing, cursing at these people. as if they should be thankful that they're even getting a little help. We no, from every Western country, they literally owe Africa trillions of dollars, trillions of dollars. But they acting as if, oh no, you know what? Leave Africans over there. They are disease ridden, uneducated, and they are poor. And this is quite the opposite because it's been baked into their misinformation and in their propaganda about the African continent today. You still have people today believing that Africa is this country where you know when I used to show these videos about I was thinking like $1 can save a child. It's always the same kids with the same fly right here, the big head, the big stomach, very malnutritious. They always that exact same picture, that exact same video in different formats, but the same video with the same kids using it as saying that's Africa. We need to save them because they are hungry, they are poor, they can't afford nothing. When in they have been stealing billions and trillions of dollars annually. I have to keep repeating that. Because from Niger alone, France was getting over 500 million, a half $1 billion on just uranium alone, and every single year for the past 20 years, except it stopped now for the past 3 years. 3 years that has ended because they stopped it. But that's only from uranium. That's not mentioning the other resources, the gold, the oil, and all these other things. And not only that, they're using the French franc, which means they have to deposit all that money into the French account, in the French bank. And then to get their own money, they have to borrow back their own money and then pay interest on that money on their own money because what? They're using a French currency. And they're also working on it to get their own currency currently, the Sahel nations. Anyway, I digress on that. So we show you that these world leaders will never respect African continent until you make them respect us and stop treating us as the black child of the family. Because actually Africa don't needs the West, but the West needs Africa. Because what we have every single resources and minerals they need for their economies and their world to operate. So Africa is like the key, is the main ingredient, is the linchpin that holds the world together. The African continent is that what it is, the linchpin of the world to hold everything together. 'Cause without us, without the continent, everything falls apart. And we have to stand up and believe this. I'm sure we have laid the groundwork to show that we don't need the West because he has done it. No loan, no IMF, no World Bank, no aid money. He built everything from the ground up in 3 years and is now almost debt free. Can you imagine that in 2 years? So what the other presidents have been doing for the past 62 years since they have independence? What have they been doing? To show you that it's by design that that Africa stay and underdeveloped so they can be used and abused. It's a fact. This is not fiction. It's facts I'm talking. So anyway, so let me know what you think about this, about Macron's response on this, trying to flip it back on the people saying that they must be happy that because if it wasn't for France, they would be worse off. And among this, and also what I've been pointing out to show that without Africa, the world shuts down. Let me know what you think about this in the comment section. As always, I don't know. Tell a friend. If you're watching to this distance, just share this video, like it, and also double check to make sure you're still getting notified because I'm being shadow banned for the moment, so spread the word. Boom.